Oh, I just know I'm a genius. I'm just such a good genius. Wow. That's not an I.
Stop it. Get some help.
I want to talk about MBTI cognitive functions. Yes, you heard it right. And some of you might be saying, oh, wow, Rust, why would you do this to yourself? That's going to be too painful.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let's see if there can be rhyme and reason. And honestly, this shouldn't be that difficult to make, considering most content on MBTI functions is dog shit.
Daddy, chill.
What really is TE in MBTI? Because it's one of the most stereotyped functions. You know, it is something that, oh, if you're bossy, you yell at people, you want results quickly, means you must be a TE dominant. So TE in a nutshell relies on explicit logic, methods, policies, regulations, measurements, making systems more efficient, making methods more effective and efficient. Someone who is able to synthesize a lot of information, make it digestible for everyone. Imagine someone who's good in management, like an ESTJ TE dominant, comes in and knows how to guide people towards their right outcomes. You should do this. You know, with this project increasing in value, we need to do this. He is outlining the different methods people have to take in order to succeed. TE is a rational function. Okay, this is not just some impulsive ape, it is a reason-based function. Does things in methodical ways, does things in a thought-out way. Things make sense, they're based on external logic.
I think, Arthur, I think, so that you don't have to.
They also care about external objective facts.
Forget about the disrespect. Facts don't care about your feelings. It turns out that every chromosome, every cell in Caitlyn Jenner's body is male with the exception of some of his sperm cells.
Things that can be proven, things that are not just based on your thinking, but things that are based in some external, tangible evidence. Then we have extroverted sensation. We know that SC is often described in MBTI as focus on here and now, very raw, very realistic, a type that wants to squeeze the most out of situations in the present moment. They're very focused on the present moment. And they enjoy interacting with their environment through their senses, craving intense stimulation and stimuli on that physical level. We know that SC is also oriented toward the external properties of objects, right? Maybe it can be how things look. What's the color? Is this big or is that small? SC dominance is simply a very raw, realistic individual who sees the world for what it is.
Stop it! This is your pain. This is your burning hand. It's right here.
I'm going to my cave. I'm going to my cave. I'm going to find my power animal.
No! Don't deal with it the way those dead people do. Come on! It's the greatest moment of your life, man. And you're off somewhere missing.
I am not.
Shut up.
Then we have introverted feeling, FI. FI is a personal internal process that basically judges the world according to its own values. They can be guided by things like love, passion, loyalty, their personal tastes, who they like, who they hate, who they love. There can be a strong desire or even tendency towards individualization.
Maybe there's rebelliousness in me. No, you will not box me and you will not quiet me, so I'll say even more crazy shit.
What many people don't know is that FI can give an impression of someone who even has an appearance of coldness or indifference. Someone who can even seem stoic or indifferent or cold. And I feel like this is an important detail because there is a huge amount of mistyping, typing high FI users as logical types. Now we're going to talk about introverted thinking. We know that it's a subjective function and it focuses on building their own subjective logical framework, analyzing details, comparing information. TI dominant type, for example, like an ISTP, is someone who, even in typology, is able to sit down on their own with no help whatsoever and create correlations in depth. Someone who can tell you this correlates to that, that correlates with this. Look at, do you see those concepts? Look how they compare to one another. Look at the consistency, look at the contradictions. This is someone who has the logical independence and logical autonomy to make decisions about such logical matters. Then we have the extroverted intuition, which is NE. NE can be focused on external ideas and even the potential of such ideas, or even objects. What can this object become rather than what is this object? That's not interesting. Oh yeah, I know this object is small, but why the is this interesting? It's not. What can this object become? What can this person become?
有事に追い越されて焦った?
めぐみはさ、実力もポテンシャルも有事と遜色ないと思ってんだよね。あとは意識の問題だと思うよ。
俺が本気でやってないって言うんですか？
やってないんじゃなくて、できてないんだよ。
What is the potential of this idea? What are the other perspectives? So in general, yes, and it can be related to trying to find innovation, different perspectives, potential. But the potential is a word you need to understand. Then we have extraverted feeling. FE can be concerned about social cues, about how people feel, what they believe is right, and what values they uphold. High FE users can be naturally attuned to the emotional atmosphere around them. They're attuned to the emotional impact that they'll have on the environment, on other people. How to elicit certain emotional responses, how to control their emotional responses. Then we have introverted sensing. The SI emphasizes the internal experience of an object, how things make them feel. And you see this with ISTJs, where their level of comfort, what makes them comfortable, what doesn't make them comfortable, they're very attuned to that. You know, what pleases them, what displeases them on a physical level. This is something that introverted sensing does. Now we're going to talk about introverted intuition. With NI, we know that it is about interpretation of events, situations, the deeper meaning behind situations. Yes, it can understand the essence of things. NI has to do with time. Passage of time, how events unfold, what will happen when you do X, Y, and Z, what's the consequences, how it will look like. But NI is not just something that, like an MBTI memes, I just know I'm a genius. I figured this complex answer because I'm a genius. I'm just such a good genius. Wow. That's not NI. They're able to look at events, they pay attention. They're more patient, they observe. When you observe patterns and essence of different situations and events, you're able to track the outcomes. That's all that they're doing. It is no magic pill to understand the future. They are always doing that, observing. That's it from me for today. Again, if you guys have any questions, maybe you guys could even define those cognitive functions even better than I did. Write down below. The fact is the MBTI understanding is completely based on stereotypes. Completely. So if we even can do some work on MBTI, despite its flaws, despite its fuckfest, we can have a positive impact on the community. We can change things. We can do something positive. More videos incoming. Stay tuned. See you. I'm out and I'm bouncing.